Yeah. Hi everyone. Welcome back to wdio sessions. In this video, we're going to discuss about the page objects. What is meant by page objects? Which is we mostly define as a page object model. So here we are defining the element locators in a one page. So we are importing those into our then scripting area. Let me go to the practical session and we're going to be implement that. This is the previous session. We has been given the sample script, how it has been running and how the script has been executed. And this is we as a mock-up framework. And the execution has been checked in the last session. Now we'll go through the page object model. No, I'm not going to the entire page object model. Just I'm going to the page objects. For that scenario, let me create a one folder. I'm going to name this folder as a pages. Inside this, I'm going to create one JS file. Currently, we are using then Amazon e-commerce site. For that, I'm going to name this as an Amazon header.js. I think I've created a folder instead of a file. Let me remove this. Okay, let me create a class file. Inside this, I'm going to define a methods. I'm going to create a methods. I'm going to create a method for this search bar. Let me copy this. Why I'm using page object? I'm going to uh, clear the unwanted classes and unwanted statements, which is helpful for us. So then by that way we can check the code as be simple and easy to understand. The return statement as inside is I'm going to define given the method. I'm going to mention the element here. Element here. Let me copy this element locator. It's an ID, right? That's why we need to have an hash. The same way we can the same way we can create a method for get test, get underscore test. It might be confusing. So for this, I'm going to mention as element test, because get test is a method, right? So for that scenario, I'm going to give an element test. Copy this element locator, paste it in return, and the final method for click element. And we had to use those methods into the test type and website.js file. For that, we had to first, in JavaScript, we had to be export the class. To exporting the class, we had to define like this: module dot exports is equal to create an object. We need to create an object like this: new Amazon header, and we has been exported here, and we going to import here. Importing with an const variable. Need to give the variable. I'm going to give them variable as header. Easy to remember for this header. We have to use the require method to importing from the class require, and pages. We gone to the directory of pages. Inside the pages, we have that Amazon header, and we import it. Now, what I'm going to do, instead of these two lines, I make it as a one line by calling the method here. Let me comment out this. First, use the variable header. I'm using this variable header dot search bar. In header having all the imported methods into this. So I'm calling one method that is a search bar, and I'm going to assign a set value here. Set value icon 11. In the same way, I'm going to get a use for the get test. Let me comment out this. Enter. dot. You're using element test dot get get test. It will get the element test and it will be storing one variable. We can define the variable as element get test method. Element get test variable. I'm using a console.log. Test of the element concatenating. In the same way, I'm going to use for a click element. Comment out. At the dot. Let me check what is the method we are used here. Click element. Click element dot click method. Let me run and try. Let me execute this and we'll check that whether we have any error or not. First clear the terminal. CLS. Let me give npm test. By using this page object, we are mentioning all the element locators inside the pages, and we created one class and we are importing this the element these and we are assigning the methods. Inside the methods we have given an element locators and we are calling these methods into our Mocha framework for test case into the test cases. Defining object, I mean creating an object is quite uh, somewhat be uh, somewhat be easy to understand, but it's not be similar to as a Java. And the execution has been started. Desired capabilities has been opened. Listening port has also been opened. This is be related to as a Selenium driver, Selenium web driver, because wdio is the wrapper to the Selenium web driver. The browser has launched. Let me open this. Browser has launched and searching for URL. Amazon.in has entered. Loading for the page. Cool, it launched. It entered iPhone 11. And we clicked on mobiles. Cool, everything has been working correctly. We got all three test cases has passed. Let me remove the commented statements and we'll see. And one more thing, I'm going to define here the method. I'm calling the method as a maximizing the window, browser window, browser dot maximize window. It will be helpful to maximize the window, the Chrome window. We'll check that whether it is working or not. By these using the page objects, we can be uh, having the very less code to and is simply to understand. And if you scroll here, you can see the method. You can see the method what we are defined in the Amazon header.js file. To get search bar return as it return an element. That same way we can check for element test and for peak element. If you click on here, you will now get to this page. And we're going to be run once again with an npm test. Now we need to maximize the window. Given an npm test, execution of one spec files, Amazon.in has entered, browser launch and Amazon.in has entered. Yes, cool. It has maximized the window size and it entered iPhone 11. We click on mobiles and it gradually shut down. Well, this is the good way of defining the methods and using those and importing into our and importing into the test cases and using. That's what about the page object. We further we'll go about the page object model, and before that we have so many methods to be need to be explained. I'm going to the each methods and complete that. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.